Welcome to the three.
What? Can you scoot over a little bit?
Dude, I mean, we're already like thigh touching over here.
No, seriously.
I know.
Oh boy. By the way,
Chronological order.
you do things to my. Welcome to the three Ambidextrians.
Nope.
Stop
saying
I didn't mean to.
That's-
That time it was just out of habit.
Welcome to the three Abecedarians. My name is Matt, this is Brian, and that's Jordan way, way, way over there looking at his phone because he's a millennial and he doesn't know how not to stare at his screen.
True.
R is for rehab.
Rahab.
I'm going back to
What is it?
Rahab.
Oh. Okay.
I totally did the wrong thing.
Yeah, you're going to have to take point on this one.
Yeah.
Rahab is one of my favorite people.
Oh, was she the hooker?
So we were talking about
It's
Rahab
all going
today.
downhill.
She is first introduced in Joshua chapter 2.
That's better.
Joshua had just inherited the
Make sure my phone is
Israelite
off.
army, the Israelite nation. He's now the leader after Moses dies. And the first thing that he wants to do, one of the first things, is he is commanded by God to go take over Jericho. Or, you doing okay over there?
Oh, yeah, I was thinking about something else.
But to take over the land of Jericho. Jericho is the land, right?
Mm-hmm. I read about
Yeah,
rehab.
Jericho's the city. Yeah, you read about rehab.
Amy Winehouse came up
I was
with
going
that.
to say,
Oh,
I
boy.
just read the Amy Winehouse story.
Yeah.
I
So
wasn't sure what we were doing.
anyway...
It's hilarious.
Oh, Lord help us. Joshua sends some spies to go to Jericho. They go there. They end up staying with Rahab.
I'm trying not to get cut out again. Yeah,
Yeah, man. We're going to have to just start over.
I know.
Let's start now. Joshua, king of the Israelites. Well, sort of. There wasn't really kings back then. The leader of the Israelites sends some spies to go take over the city of Jericho. They go there. When they arrive, they run into a named Rahab. What?
Sorry. There's a town name that's
They were
amusing.
Where were the spies from, Jordan?
Look it up, kids.
I don't do this during your 10-minute recap, Matt. The only reason mine's going to be 10 minutes is because y'all won't be serious. Rahab, take number 4.
Is it?
Leader of the Israelites sends spies to the city of Jericho. Okay? When they get there, they run into a prostitute named Rahab, and Rahab actually agrees to house them because the king of Jericho realizes that the spies are there to destroy them. And so they go and seek shelter from Rahab. They seek asylum. The kingdom realizes that there are spies from the nation of Israel there to take over. And so they go to Rahab and they say, "Yo, girl, where are these dudes at?" And she decides that she's actually going to protect the nation under God. She's going to protect the nation of Israel instead of give these spies up. And so she tells them they're in the woods. And so the whole army runs over to find these 2 spies. You both look down to try to find. Oh, we didn't read that.
She says they're not there.
Okay, so she says they're not there. Tells them to go on their way. You know, they're over there by the
into the
woods.
hills.
Yeah, into
Yeah,
the
there
hills.
you go.
Hills, not woods.
I don't know,
Hills,
maybe there were trees.
Well,
in the
trees.
hills.
She goes back to their house and tells the spies, "Hey, I just sent them on their way. You guys can stay here, seek asylum. But in return, I ask that when the nation of Israel comes to take over Jericho, you protect me and my family." They say, "Yes, we agree to this." Long story short, they go back to Israel. Well, they go back to where they're camping. A few days later, after they prepared for battle, the whole nation of Israel start marching around Jericho. They march for 6 days. On the 7th day, they start screaming war cries. The walls of Jericho tumble down. The nation of Israel rush Jericho. They take over the city, and they keep Rahab safe and her family just like they promised. Rahab is also found in Hebrews chapter 11 in the Hall of Faith, the Hall of Fame for those that were faithful, just for her faith. She was a prostitute, so she wasn't really expected to do much that wasn't for herself, but she decides to aid the king's army, the Lord's army, the nation of Israel. That's Rahab. My girl.
I think what's interesting about her is that she was the mother of Boaz,
Yeah.
who was the father of Obed, who was the father of Jesse, who was the father of David.
Yeah, she was in the lineage of David, which puts her in the lineage of Christ.
Yeah. My only other note is that her name meant insolence or fierceness, which she would have had to have been like insolent and fierce because she was kind of like a traitor to her own country, which she clearly didn't like. I mean, they were,
Well,
godless
they
heathen country
sent her to
association.
rehab. She's not going to be happy with that.
So I don't know what the laws were like for this nation, but at least in the Israelite nation, prostitution was not allowed. So she would have been killed for Israel. So the fact that an Israelite is even like humoring her and staying with her just shows that God can use anybody to do anything. And so that was,
Yeah. Okay, you want a modern context?
Oh, I gotta do this too.
Oh no, I was.
You're gonna do the
What I've got to carry the full team today, Matt.
No,
I feel like this relationship is one-sided.
Yeah, I've said everything I had to say, so
I was suggesting that perhaps it was time for that.
And you have that, right?
Is
I
this
will
how
do
you
that.
React when Betsy gets mad at you?
Yes.
Oh man, it's okay. Do you want me to rub your back?
No.
Is that what she does?
No. I guess you could maybe work this into like a Walking Dead kind of thing, where they're
At the prison.
They've lost the prison. They're homeless now, and they go and they find this other little neighborhood that's walled in. It's a gated community. It's safe, but they're not running it very well, so they got to get in and take over to make sure that they keep everybody safe. So they send a couple of people in. I don't know. I got nothing. This was you were the one so excited about.
I'm so excited about this. Harry Potter. Okay, what house is she in? I already know what house she's in. She's not in Hufflepuff.
I don't know.
She's the opposite of Hufflepuff, which makes her.
There is no opposite of
Slytherin.
There's no opposite of Hufflepuff.
No, there is an opposite.
Jordan doesn't really understand how
Matt
this
hasn't
works.
read the Harry Potter
either.
series like I have.
I haven't read it at all.
Brian is
Jordan
the middle between us.
is the worst person alive.
That's also true, but God proved with this story that he uses the worst people.
No, hang on.
So Matt is the best person, which is why God doesn't use
I would
him.
like very much to roll back. You just said that Rahab was the worst person.
Probably one of them.
I disagree.
Yeah.
I
You
disagree.
would probably go with Judas.
I think that Rahab was doing what she had to do to provide for her family.
You're probably not wrong.
We don't know anything about her other than the first chance she had to help God, she took it.
You're right.
That's what we know about her.
Yeah, but you didn't
She
know
chose
much
the
about
right
her
side.
until like 10 minutes ago either when I shared
No,
the story.
I've known the story of Rahab.
Oh, that's good.
I'm familiar with
so
the
what
story
house
of
are you
Rahab.
putting her in?
I'm putting her in Gryffindor.
Good. You're right. Matt is right.
Okay, I'm sorry. I resent one being treated like a toddler, and two, I resent Jordan thinking he has a say in the sorting. I'm sorry. That's just me. Brian. Oh yeah, you already read all your notes. Sorry.
I did.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't know. My instinct is to say Hufflepuff when we're in this section of the video.
Yeah, that's the video which I believe will go down in history as one of our greatest. Now you guys talk us out while I squeeze my way through here.
Salmon. Wait, Salmon was the father of Bohab. Oh, Salmon, whose mother was.
I didn't know that I was.
He's gonna be filming, right? You know that, right?